Hey, I'm still getting set up, so I don't have it pulled up. So if anyone's in the chat or anything, I don't have that on my laptop yet. I normally don't have anything on Tuesdays, but the Monday thing I normally have got moved and had to fit right before this. I'm running a little late, getting transitioned. Hey, Barry. Good to see you. How are you tonight? Why does my eye hurt? I don't know why. That's weird. Oh well. What can you do? I might not go super long tonight because I don't know what I did to my neck, but I did something to my neck and it really has been bothering me. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I hope it gets better too. I don't know. It's cause I think it's because the heater's been running too. It's just a little extra dry in here, so my eye is watering. I assume it's because the heater is on. It's been a little chilly for Arizona. I had to sit in the sun in order to not feel literally any sensation of cold whatsoever, which is not normal for here. You shouldn't feel any sensation of cold. You should only feel neutral or warm. If you're feeling a chill in the air in Arizona, something's gone wrong. I mean, if the sun is out whatsoever. Obviously, once it gets dark, it's the desert, so it gets chilly. But it's kind of a if you're in the shade versus in the sun thing. The shade shouldn't feel cold.
So many memories. It's not home anymore. Not without Rost. There's nothing for me here anymore.
And it's, I don't know what I did because it's more than one muscle on my neck. Like medial scalene. And then also like on the back, like along my cervical spine. Like all the little muscles that attach like the upper cervical vertebrae control the rotation. They're just bothered. What I think it is I tweaked the left side of my neck a few days ago, and maybe these muscles are tired from me unknowingly guarding the muscle I tweaked in the left side. Because now they're all messed up on the right side. Or maybe I tweaked these too, but the more immediate pain on the left like masked it. Who knows, man? Why did I come back to the embrace? What was my thought process there? Did I say anything when I signed off last night? Also, did I start early? Yeah, I started early. Oh, well. Pain. Pain makes your brain funny. Well, let's go back up to the north. No, let's do... What do you guys want me to do? What should I do? I've got bandit camps, cauldrons. I don't want to do hunting grounds. I get pigments for cUltra, but that would involve doing one of the bandit camps. What's up, Michael? Bandit camps? Okay. I'll do like 1 or 2 bandit camps. I don't want to play super long tonight. With my neck being all weird. But... Oh, yeah, I watched that earlier today because I forgot it was out on Sunday because it's a new show. I don't want to spoil anything. I'll just say I think they did an excellent job making it feel as though you're playing the game. And there were a lot of little details that were just like, oh, you had us in mind. Thank you. Regarding like considering the gamers, you know what I mean? And it was wonderful to watch because of that. And without saying anything else, I'll just say they changed some things, they kept some things the same, and they found a nice balance of juggling that at the same time. Added
Rain stopping.
Stuff.
Knew it wouldn't last.
That helped it translate better without taking away from what was important, I think. And I can only hope that the Horizon adaptation is treated half as good. It'll be wonderful. So we'll see what happens there. Red Eye Watcher, where'd you come from, buddy? It's a Watcher, but wearing a hat, and that makes it stronger, guys. Very important. Hat. Is Nil by this one? Or is Nil not? This is the one that Nil is not by. Oh, we got a poem.
You're a question.
To tangle or untangle? Yeah, I mean, from so far, it's not... It doesn't have me concerned, I'll put it that way. I'm not concerned yet. Umbrella Academy vibe isn't really what I prefer for this show. But just because they nabbed a bunch of Umbrella Academy people doesn't mean it's gonna feel like the Umbrella Academy. I just don't like the dude in the muscle suit thing that the Umbrella Academy has going on. Seeing Carl Urban wearing a Horizon 2074 hat definitely has me intrigued. I feel like Carl Urban tends to do projects I enjoy. So... Is that his name? I don't know. I haven't even really watched that show. My roommate was watching it, and I just observed their experience of it at times and in ways. Yeah. Okay. I always forget, because Nil's only at like 3 of them. And I always forget which ones it is, because I don't always do the bandit camps on every playthrough. I'm liking this lighting glitch going on here. It's creepy as hell. It ends up looking like a corrupted zone.
Gonna perfect.
Man, watching The Last of Us definitely had me, like, daydreaming about what I want for the Horizon environment. Like, this, just the way, the environment design and every little detail in the prop design is just, holy crap. Okay, that's what I thought. He's at, because I did the one with him in the Denver area. And then I know he's by the Gatelands, under the arch there. And I always feel like I miss him on the last one, but you're right. He appears at the end to talk to you once you've done that last one. Where am I? Why am I all the way over here? What am I doing? What did I do? I can see exactly what I did, but I'm just like, how did I do it? Anyway, it's the neck. I'm blaming my neck. Oh my god. I hope I don't have like meningitis or something. I don't know, just like what goes through my head when I wake up with a freaking sore neck and I don't know why. Oh, it's clear. It's meningitis. I'm gonna die. The end. See, you make peace with death when you decide that everything is gonna kill you. It's like, okay, this is how I go. I'm gonna hallucinate on the way out. It'll be fine. Because my neck hurts, so clearly it's meningitis and it's fatal. Here's the thing, when I was in elementary school, there was a teacher who was not old. She wasn't like young, but she wasn't old. Totally fine, gets meningitis, 3 days later, gone. So like, it was really disruptive to our very small community. It stuck with me. I remember I was like, at my friend's house playing Castlevania 64, and his 5th grade teacher was suddenly dead. Oh, okay. I'm just trying to make sure this nitroglycerin doesn't explode. No, it wouldn't be a pillow thing. A pillow wouldn't help shit because I can't sleep in one position. I wake up throughout the night, and it's not even a tossing and turning thing. It's that if my head has pressure on part of it for too long, I wake up in pain about every 45 minutes to 2 hours, depending. And I have to change which part of my head has pressure on it. I know I'm not supposed to use the reticle, but I'm feeling cheesy tonight. Aw, is there something in between me and there? Yeah. Yeah, there is. Well, I don't get to go full cheese, only half cheese. Oh, buddy spotted his buddy's body. Gotta spot his buddy's body. Come spot your buddy, buddy. Spot your buddy's body, buddy.
You got anything better to do?
Yeah, rile up the whole camp. Aw, damn. That's right. Put your head in easier view, buddy. Thank you for your service. Is that stoicism? I don't know. People tell me I'm a cynic. Some have said jaded. It's one of the words that's been used. That was the beginning of a friendship, actually.
Might have a man down.
People are welcome to
Could be a climber up there.
their opinions. It's just about what we do with them in the end of the day. You can have an opinion about me. That's fine. But what are you doing with it? What is it all for? These guys are having a rough day.
You can see them. They can't see you.
Thanks for the reassurance, Aloy.
She's coming for us!
No, I'm not. I'm already here.
Set up an alarm. The alarm continues until
Ignite the signal fire!
No, you don't!
the bandits imprisoned these people.
There's no one coming, buddy. I killed them all. They used the freaking long leg to make it scream. That's so brilliant. Oh, shut up. I have a light armor on. And I don't mean lightweight, I mean made of light. You're not gonna pierce that with an arrow, buddy. Oh, killed yourself with your own weapon. There's 3? Where did you guys all come from? Yeah, that's right, my spear shoots lightning, guys. No silent strike, indeed. But headshots are headshots. Okay, I figured there's guys that only show up if the alarm gets tripped. It's just really funny how there's like suddenly like 3 of the same dude with their boomsticks. And it looks so rad in the low light. Like, shit, I should suck at this game more often. With no skill, I'm so, like, I like the strategy of slowly planning my way through a camp without getting caught and picking people off one by one and playing, like, you know, the terror in the night. Right? But, like, forcing myself into getting caught, kind of fun.
You can breathe again.
Robar is coming. Tsushima? Tsushima's a good game. It's a very good story. It makes me cry. Am I? Thank you. You honor me.
Where would the United lead us?
A good night's rest, and I'll be ready to go out hunting tomorrow. I am humbled to be in your presence.
First they wouldn't talk to me because I'm an outcast, and now they won't talk to me because I'm a fucking god. Thanks, guys. Really helping with Aloy's social development here. Doing solid. What's up?
Patriarchs have never declared an anointed before. You're the first. You have risen higher than any.
You have risen higher than any Nora. All hail Aloy, anointed of the Nora. It's so freaking funny to me. Like, holy shit, this poor girl can't get a break. She just wants a friend. I think I need to keep the goat bone. Oh, I need to go get some blaze. Holy crap. Let's go do that. I can't believe I let myself get so low. What do I only have, like 300? Oh my god, that's an emergency. Blaze it is, y'all. I just don't want to do too many quests each night. I'm gonna run out of stuff. And I'm excited to get back to the Forbidden West, but I'm liking the whole, like, savoring of my Zero Dawn time. Don't Google meningitis. I'm sorry for putting that in your heads. Get it? Get it? It's because it's meninges. Yeah, you are the one. You're part of the inspiration for me doing this in the first place. With your freaking, what is it that you were telling me about that you do? How many times have you played this? I feel like whatever you did, I was like, that's better than me. I need to do better. I don't remember the specific details. I just remember being like, that's more hardcore than me, and I need to step up my game. But not in a like, I want to like, it's not in a competitive, like gross competitive way, but in a like, ooh.
Okay.
Well, if that's possible, then I should be able to do it. You know what I mean? I miss... You should try a no-skill. Ultra Hard Horizon Forbidden West from scratch. That's what it was. I haven't done that yet, and I'm not doing that yet either. I will do it. It'll be fun when I do it, but I'm like, the slower I work my way through, the more things I have to like level myself up and feel the sense of progression.
Right on target.
But I don't know, there's something about these games that feels like home for me. It's like everything I ever wanted in a game. Like, literally playing Horizon Zero Dawn, I was like, oh, this is the live-action Ocarina of Time game I've always wanted. Like, they translated it to the real world, and they put it in the freaking region of Earth where I live. I don't need anything else in my life. This is complete for me. I just need to be as agile as Aloy and go out and climb these mountains for real, but instead I have postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome and can barely walk. So I can walk, don't mishear, but like it's gonna be all my energy for the day. And I pushed myself way too hard for years because people just told me I was lazy. It turned out I had a nerve condition that affects my heart. So thanks everyone for making me feel like a shitbag. That was cool. Thanks. By everyone, I mean Dad. Thanks, Dad. We don't talk. If he sees this, it's the only way he gets to contact me, and so I don't want it to be a pleasant place for him to do that. He's out of my life for a reason. Anyway, hi everyone. You all came here for happy fun times, and I am not doing that. Well, I never promised happy fun times. Anyways, this is the whole thing. He's part of the cult talk. He believes the 1611 King James authorized version of the Bible is the only real Bible. And I have to obey him because I'm not married and I'm his daughter. Therefore, I'm under his umbrella. You've heard of the umbrella shit. So, yeah. You can die alone. Did I just say that out loud? Yeah, I did. Some people need to have that kind of, like, line with others. He knows the way back into my life. And some people aren't safe except for to enter by certain narrow routes because we gave them a chance and they didn't treat some fragile things as fragile. And they wonder why the bridge is gone. It's because they bombed it. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's because I got under 350 blaze, and so I was concerned. I've done ultra hard from new game before, but I have never done no skill. Astro did no skill, and so I was like, well, I gotta try no skill. But Astro did no skill last year when I was doing my first ultra hard new game playthrough. And I beat the game on February 17th of 2000, whatever last year was, 22, so that I could go right into the Forbidden West. And then I played Forbidden West on normal, and then Ultra Hard came out. And I had like been prepping. I didn't play a new game, like a second new game in Forbidden West. I just built up the craziest, most wealthy Aloy ever because I was like, I don't want to have to worry about money on my new game plus. And then they took out the money being as big of a deal anyway. But I made my Aloy a millionaire. She's got 1 million shards. Like, because I'll farm when playing D&D so that I don't like sit there and read the PhD, because otherwise I'll just read the spells list and I'll forget to pay attention. So it's like my like game's muted, but I can farm with the volume off and pay better attention to D&D. Because we're playing on Discord, so I don't have anything to look at anyway. And it actually helps me imagine what we're doing in D&D because it's a very similar world with machines even. What am I doing with this camera right now? Man, this green blaze is just like so special to me. Oh yeah, you want to see what I'm wearing? Yeah, that's fine with me. So I've got we got the 2 spears. You know, with no skill, you can't swap out your coils. And then this is the best coils I've gotten, so they're what I've slapped on here. I mostly use the striker. You just want to have good handling so you can not miss those shots that you need in the moment. Better handling is better than high damage. And then I just like spam blast wires with this, and I have the handling on it so I can do it during combat, because it's just funny to me to like pop something in to trip. And then I've got this right now with high handling because it's more for the harvest arrows than anything else, and so with a lot of handling I can get those out quicker and it speeds up farming. I want to put damage on the DLC one. And then I play around with this. It's crazy the stopping power this has for staggering a freaking Thunderjaw. So this has been my it's been fun using this and just hurling blast bombs at the Thunderjaws to knock them over. Because Thunderjaws are hard to trip. So, I've been keeping it pretty simple. I don't really use anything else. Like, even this was just the same technique. I have a rope caster. I don't use it. I got it thinking it might help with the Glintox and Derval, but it was, like, totally I was like, that's stupid. No, there's too many of them. By the time you're going to get one tied down and do anything effective, you could have just shot it with 3 fire arrows, so. And everything else has just been working up to what I've got. A lot of times, honestly, I just run around in no armor because I like the immersion of making Aloy dress like when I did Heart of the Nora, I did it no skill and I did it dressed as an outcast because that just amused me immensely. And I felt really proud of myself doing no skills, Heart of the Nora, completely unarmored, and then running into All Mother Mountain wearing not even the outfit Teb stitched for me, but my nasty ass faded color, falling apart rabbit skins that Aloy did as a craft project with Daddy. Like, dyed with berries, probably, you know? And then try to save money on healing stuff by just using the Warwick runner when I'm farming. Is that the Watcher I killed? Yeah, I think so. Every time I see a Watcher, I think of this one streamer that does a lot of virtual photography, Kirsty, because she's like loves Watchers, and it's just so precious. That's all. I like the Horizon community. It's such a friendly place. They're just very kind people. And it's so sweet. It's a very beautiful little niche of the internet. Feeling lazy, so I'm using the focus reticle. I just think the kind of people who identify deeply with this game are like, it makes sense that the community's got the dynamic it does because of what the game is about, and the, like, it's kind of a good character game, if that makes sense. Like, it's like very like, it holds a lot of things in tension, and it's like looks childish, but it's actually really, really deep and really deeply haunting. And so you get the community full of like people that sit in that kind of complexity zone. You know what I mean? And it's a lot of like, it's just a specific iteration of fandom. That it's not present other places, but it's like certain properties are more likely to draw, just like how you get kind of the community, the overarching community vibe versus like pockets of the community, where it's like Elden Ring's overall community vibe is very different than Horizon's, right? But that's not a bad thing. I play Elden Ring. I love Elden Ring, but it's a very different vibe because of just what the game is asking of you, and if you're going to engage with it beyond like just a casual playthrough, then there's like a personality that's more likely to be drawn to what it's asking of you. And this game is a game about beauty, and it's a lot of people who like to really, really lean into the beautiful, even from weird angles, because in this game, it's like some of the beauty it explores is the beauty of grief, right? So it's like, yeah, I was like, for me, I didn't ever do that side of fandom because I was in college and stuff, and so like I saw the Big Bang and all that, and I was like, I have no idea what any of these things mean, and there's a whole expectation around doing a project like that I was like, I don't even know what's normal in that, so I appreciate that it's happening, but I don't understand anything about the, like, etiquette or expectation or approach to know if it's
Look
like
out below!
what even the qualifications are or what the expectation would be. And it was just too much to think about, thinking about. So I ended up just appreciating that it was happening, but not involving myself whatsoever, and then forgetting it existed. I thought I just heard a footstep, but I think it was just me being paranoid. My headphones are really delicate. They're my stage monitors from when I was a musician and sound engineer, and molded to my ear canals, and 6 drivers per ear, so there's a lot of separation and clarity, frequency to frequency, because you're not getting phasing within each speaker or driver or whatever, you know what I mean? So it's very precise sound, very high-end audiophile nerdiness level. And then I've got it's just everything is very locationally sound, and it makes me like sometimes overreact to what's really just reverb or something in the environment, which I love the reverb in this, but every now and then
Save this for
it
later.
just ever so slightly catches an audio cue funny. Because obviously when you're generating reverb in something like this, there's no actual world. You're creating the illusion of a world, right? You're creating the illusion of how audio is going to echo off of a rock and what that's going to do to the EQ of like a sound and how long that trail is going to be based on how big of a space it is. And like when you've got a room within a room here, then it's getting funnier. And you've got all these different noises firing at all these different places in the soundstage. And it's just very... I just think of how much work has to go into the freaking audio programming in this, and like just the technology that drives the ability to create the artificial soundstage to begin with, which I'm probably using all the words wrong, but it just fascinates me. Like Foley stuff, right? Isn't that the word for... It's Foley. Like sampling and then creating the actual sounds and programming the sequences of cues, and then you have to think about like sequences of events that can occur and variations on the same sound in different sets of circumstances, and what sequence of that has to trigger to change the way that sound is being processed, of like creating your rooms within a room, of like, well, what if we're in a room that's no longer like the open mountains of a valley in Colorado, open rock walls echoing everything in Red Rocks versus underground in a freaking cave. The way a footfall echoes in the environment is going to be very different.
Fresh as it comes.
I like that they even do that, like when you change outfits too. It's like they consider the footsteps change. All the sound of the armor hitting itself changes. Go from that into like this one that's made herself, and listen to her footsteps and the noise of the armor rubbing on itself. Just sounds like the bent leather. That little creak noise in that was. Anyway, I like thinking about that shit. It's so fascinating. Like, teams of people have to think about and plan that, and then it's like they have only certain, like, limits on how much resource, like, you can't do every single thing that you want to put in a game because there's no space to make a game that big. So it's like, this detail should be a thing. I mean, we've got a lot more space today than we did obviously on, like, freaking cartridges, but it's still, it's so interesting to think about because in every space they have a 3D cube. And they have to consider how many resources they're putting in that cube so they can preload stuff for seamlessness. And it's like everything that you have to be able to access. Wow, Thomas, that was rude. Like they're making it so that you can seamlessly go into whatever you're going to branch into from any area. And it's so fascinating to think about all the things that that the engine's doing behind the scenes just for this experience to occur. And every single one of those is a decision. Decision not just one person had, but like teams of people had to make those decisions. Anyway, the creative process when it's a collaborative piece of art like this, and then made for consumption with player agency, like, I just think that it's hard enough to compose a freaking song and hope people understand what you're doing in your song, and then it's just like, this song's just one part of this. This is all of the arts coming together into an interactive experience. I don't see why people don't see video games as like the highest fucking form of art. You're creating art and then you're literally putting people in and giving them agency to interact with your art. Like, not just observe, not just witness, but they can go in and change parts of it. You lose control over aspects of the pacing and presentation. And then you take that and you let people choose even the order they're going to experience your story. That's so wild to think about. It's a very big surrender of control to create an open world game like this. People are so fucking brutal in the way they review it too. Like, we all are so entitled to what we want out of a $60 investment. And none of us are paying the full 60 anyway, let's be real. Unless you're like already a diehard devotee of the franchise. I've heard good things about Guerrilla, but also like every place is full of humans. That's real. Those things can be real at any place. Like, there's only, like, every environment could be the worst environment for an individual. And that's not, like, coming off of anything I've heard or anything. Like, that's, like, just literally, like, an individual can go to a place that's perfect for many other people and have a very shitty experience themselves because it was perfectly imperfect for them. An example is, like, a friend of mine from the Midwest described living in the Netherlands because she moved to the Netherlands. And someone from the Midwest who's comfortable with the way that things are done in the Midwest would fucking hate it there. It's literally as opposite of Midwest culture that you can get, which is why I'm like, fuck, sign me up, I'm moving there yesterday. But for some people, I think it would probably be really hard to go to a place that is things considered rude in the Midwest. Or an abandonment of the things that I consider rude about the Midwest. How about that? It's so interesting how it's like Amsterdam and like generic Midwest Bible Belt USA are like as fucking antithetical or like opposite of one another in like values as you can possibly get. It's fascinating. And like, I don't mean morality even. I just mean like what is defined as like politeness. is, and neither's wrong.
Let's get on with it.
One's just going to be more comfortable for different people than the other. Because there's like two mutually exclusive polar ends of like ways of being that just like... So my friend from the Midwest describes living an hour outside of Amsterdam to me, and I'm like, that's everything that I left the Midwest to get away from is not there. It's like if you could form a perfect place where they're just like everything that's stupid about the Midwest is not welcome here, we're gonna do the opposite of that. That's what my friend described to me. But I know a lot of people who would be in hell living in the opposite of everything that's comfortable and familiar to them. So. And it's like little things like, I don't know, everything is like built walkable instead of for cars. If something's with like a 30-minute drive or a 30-minute walk, not a 30-minute drive, if something's within a 30-minute walk, like, why are you driving there? Kind of stuff. But then there's just also like the directness, which being direct, like I say this as a direct person, I was like the fucking devil when I lived in the Midwest because I'm just literally blunt.
Last.
And like, I got in so much trouble with people because they're saying stuff that I'm supposed to know is like a clear sign. And I'm like, that's not clear if you're not from here because that's not what you said. Like, they'll say anything but what they actually want to say to you. Not everyone, but people there more than in other places. And it's just like, I did what you said. But it's the bless your heart culture. It's polite is king. And like pretending you like people that you hate instead of just being like, I dislike you, but I'll work together with you. Or I disagree. Or even just like, not even about disliking people, but it's about like disagreeing. Like you have to pretend to agree. And it's like, disagreeing openly with someone is just like the cruelest, rudest thing you could ever do. And it's just like, I'm not evaluating your stance. I'm just saying I hold a different one. That can be, you by declaring your stance have said you hold a different stance than me. And now I'm just saying I hold a different stance than you. And that's like the worst thing a person can apparently ever do, except for like, you voiced your stance already. So why does me voicing mine seen as hostile? Like you like
Tasty.
already voiced yours. Why is that so threatening to you that people are different? Why is it so threatening to you that people are different? That's literally the Midwest in a nutshell. Thanks for hanging out, Julia. I'm probably not going to be on here too much longer. I did one bandit camp. I'm trying to do only one quest tonight. I don't always stick to only one quest tonight. I'm running out of stuff to do, and I'm so like not ready to just be done with it. I'm really what it is I'm afraid to do the looming shadow on ultra hard with no skills. I'm either afraid that I've gotten good enough that it's not going to be hard, or I'm afraid that it's going to ramp up so much and I'm going to be so stressed out because I just remember it being so hard the first time I did it on ultra hard to begin with, even on New Game Plus. And then it wasn't as bad when I did it on New Game ultra hard. So I'm like not ready to find out what it's going to feel like on no skill ultra hard, because that's gonna like there's no illusions left after that. There's nothing to like wonder. It's like you've done it on new skill ultra hard now. That is who you are. That is what this game is. It is finished, and I'm just not ready to be there with it yet. It's like am I gonna die? Am I gonna be able to do it the first night I try it, or am I gonna get absolutely demolished? Is this gonna be embarrassing? I don't know. It's like only one way to find out, but I'm not ready to go there yet. I've got bandit camps left to do. I just feel like once I finish the Looming Shadow, it's going to feel like it's time to move on to Horizon Forbidden West as well. But also that means that I have to do Firebreak. And I know it's possible because I watched Astro do it. Astro did no-skill Firebreak, and it was incredible. And I know that with blast wires, I can do all things. And with the right rope caster, really, that Fireclaw becomes very manageable. Like, it's just a Fireclaw. I've gotten the movesets pretty solid by now. And there's not even exploding bellowbacks to accidentally freeze me and get me killed, like what happens in the Fireclaw encounter in Forbidden West. That I always get killed at. But, like, I don't know. I'm just nervous. I'm like, what if Firebreak totally sucks? I'm thinking about those Scorchers and that Behemoth and how I completely lose my shit freaking out running away from the Scorchers for like 20 solid minutes when I did this last time. I'm not ready for that. And then I'm like, or I could do the cheesy route where I just go the upper route, but I want that coil. It's a very important coil to get, but then it's like, well, how useful will that coil be after the encounter I'm most nervous about? Firebreak, the whole of there's Scorchers, man. There's so many Scorchers. There's so many Scorchers. I'm not ready for it.
No space.
Like the sadness of finishing a good book. Exactly. But also, I really miss the West. And I want to get back there. Alright, I'm going to stop at this merchant and I'm going to call it a night because my neck does hurt, and so I'm going to rest it on a pillow so that it can stop hurting. Thanks for hanging out tonight and listening to my rambles and my fears of Scorchers. It's warranted, I promise. They can clear a whole room with a leap. Just be on you. You can't get distance from them. It's amazing, but it's like, oh my god. Sorry, gotta sell stuff to afford stuff because everything's so expensive. We're getting there though. We're starting to get some mods that might make for some good weapons. I need to do like an actual inventory of them off stream sometime and figure out like build stuff. I don't know. Alrighty, everyone. Wish my neck luck. It was bothering me. It kept me up last night until like 3 or 4 a.m. I eventually fell asleep. We'll see how it goes tonight. All right. Enjoy your Wednesdays, everyone. I will see you in 23 hours. Stay safe.